Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 10th. Skipped yesterday. Finally got to play D&D with my buddies. I've had various things come up the last couple of weeks, but got to play this time. Awesome. And I got off work and I'm sitting around and I see a gnat fly by, so I need to bleach the drains. So I'll do that. But that's something I should do when I'm going to go hang out in the game room for a while and close the door, because it'll make the place smell like bleach for a while. And I'll do that probably, late this evening. I can edit some stuff. But for right now, I'm like, well, it's Tuesday. It's movie day. I'm going to watch a movie. And I am moving on to Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry Potter, Year 3. I love this one. This is a good one. This one has good time travel. Where you see the effects of the time travel before the time travel happens. It has the good kind of time travel, which is annoying because the good kind of time travel, in my opinion, is this, which is the kind that is like basically impossible to do in like a game, like, you know, D&D, because you can't predict what they would be doing if they time traveled. Could try. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna settle in, enjoy a movie, and here shortly discuss Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I would give Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban an 8.9 out of 10. It is an exceedingly good film. I really love it. It is a lot of fun, and also just what it does for the series moving forward, the things I credit it with, means so much. Now, none of the boxes that I have for it have like actual like film descriptions. They all just talk about the bonus features on it. But this week, unlike last, I remembered, hey, let's look one up online. So from Wikipedia, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, 2004. Oh, I'm old. Anyways, Harry's third year sees the boy wizard, along with his friends, attending Hogwarts School once again. Professor R.J. Lupin joins the staff as defense against the dark arts teacher, while convicted murderer Sirius Black escapes from Azkaban. The Ministry of Magic entrusts the Dementors to guard Hogwarts from Black. Harry learns more about his past and his connection with the escaped prisoner. So, first thing, big thing. This movie is directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I have no idea how his last name is pronounced. And he comes in with ideas. He's an idea man and a visual style. He takes the movie from looking mundane and boring to exciting and awesome. And the series keeps that from this point forward. No more going to these locations. No more visiting some castle in order to film there. No. We build a set. If we need an exterior castle, we build it as a set so that it can look amazing. And it does. No more, oh, we're going to kind of fog up the floor of the Forbidden Forest so that you can't tell the way that we made it and it kind of looks like a cheap stage set. No, it looks like you're out. I don't know if it's like a real place or if they built it as a set. I cannot tell anymore. It looks amazing. You can see the rocks and the dirt on the ground. And just, it looks like you're in some creepy forest, like you're supposed to be. The environments look good. The lighting, the cinematography looks good. This is a good-looking movie. You know, forget the fact that I love the story and I love the characters and I love the world. In general, this is a good-looking movie. He also encouraged the young actors, hey, try and get into the heads of your character And we got some things out of that. One of the things we got was the idea that these students aren't going to be wearing their school uniforms when they're not doing school stuff. Just because they're on campus, they live there. So all of a sudden, we end up with these other costumes. These muggle wear, these traditional clothes, these clothing that they're wearing between classes when they're not in their school robes. And it makes the characters feel so much more personable. You get to know who they are, because they're choosing what they're wearing. They're not all just carbon copy, of each uniform. They still wear those in class, of course, but when they're between classes, they have off time, they're wearing something different. I love that style. It's really a beautiful looking film. We get some new people introduced, which means he's involved with some new casting. We get Remus Lupin. We get Sirius Black. Both amazing actors, amazing roles. Of course, we get Trelawney introduced. We get a redesign to Flitwick, although not intentionally. Warwick Davis looks different because he's like the wizard that's like the choir director, and so he has this different look in this movie. But he's not credited as Flitwick. He's not the professor. He's just wizard. But by the next movie, they use that same costume, but then credit him as Flitwick. So Flitwick ended up changing here because Flitwick didn't appear. So that's he accidentally changed that look, but it's a cooler look. It's unexplained as to why he changed from this frilly hair kind of guy to this neat suit, black hair. But looks cool. Of course, we get our new Dumbledore. Tragic circumstances that required it, but regardless of how the internet seems to like to feel about our new Dumbledore, or Michael Gambon, I love him. I honestly think he's better at the role. People don't like that in the next one he's excited when he's supposed to be calm. It doesn't make as much of a difference to me as it did to everyone else. I like the eccentricity that he expresses in the character. He's a more fun, less goofy fun, more mysterious, which is what I want out of a Dumbledore. So there's that. It's fun. I had so much fun with this movie. And then we go through the story, and it is, a lot of it is also, it's learning the background, Harry's parents, and their friends' background. We're delving into that. Again, the movie does not do it justice. Like, the movie never bothers to explain that Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs are Remus, Moony, because of the moon. Wormtail is Pettigrew, because he's a rat, Wormtail. Padfoot is Sirius, because he turns into a dog, and therefore Padfoot. And Prongs is James, because he turns into a stag, and Prongs, antlers. The movie never explains it. However, when I was getting into Harry Potter, I was working at a movie theater, and there was a girl that I was talking to that she really liked it, and she read the books. So I would just have her, once I watched the movie, spoil whatever from the book, so that I could figure out the missing spots. So I always had the outside information from the books to help fill in the story where it was lacking. But it's never explained how several of them just know what the map is and all of it. But yeah, so there are missing parts, and there's so many little details that still come to my mind. I'm like, oh man, it's been too long since I've read or listened through the books. It really has been, but it takes so much time, so I don't know when I'll get to do it again. But I do want to. Then we get to the end. And the way the time travel is written in the book, I don't remember. But I remember at the point where I watched and listened both recently, my general thought was that the movie did the time travel better. I love seeing little things like, we get to the point where it feels like we're getting to the movie's climax. But it's climax 1, because then we go back in time and we do it again. And it manages to hold my attention the whole time. Which is pretty good. But little things happen. Rocks. What broke that vase in Hagrid's hut? Where did the rock come from? And it hit Harry. But we move on and it's never explained. Why was there that sudden howl? Why did, Remus ran off? What's going on? Never explained. And then we get to, so we're just, some weird things are happening. But you keep getting drawn into the next moment. You don't ask about the rock hitting him because we're sad because Buckbeak was killed. And you don't ask about the howl because we're freaked out because Sirius is being set upon by Dementors that are going to suck out his soul. So you don't have enough time to ask those questions. And then we go back in time and we learn the answers. And we're like, oh wait, I was wondering that for a moment, but then I had to think about something else. And then they give you the answer to the things that you were wondering about. And it's such a good feeling. Such a good time travel device. It's fun. It's good. It's a good movie. Definitely one of my favorites. And now, I'm going to go to bed. Because it is late and I am exhausted. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues. Bye.